Good night, guys.
Good night.
Pleasant evening,
Welcome
man.
to our second live.
Yeah, for the new year.
For 2020 part there.
Nice. So we still be on a roll. Consistency is actually real key. So the main man, Conrad. What we have for us tonight?
Tonight, we're supposed to be talking about what's in our gear bag. I mean, we kind of always talking about gear, but now we're actually getting an opportunity to talk about what's in our bag. So,
Night, Sean.
I don't know
Some
how
of
you
us-
feel about that tonight.
Well, some of us have bags and some of us have cases.
I like that. Bags.
But we stick
Bag
into
coming
bags.
to the services.
So I guess if it can't fit in a bag, then it don't count. I don't know.
That is a good way to
True,
look at it. Definitely a good way to look at it. Let me just.
I real shame
put
with
on
my gear.
glasses.
That is it.
That's
What
all
do
right,
you mean?
man.
What my bag is this small? Is a smaller bag like this?
Yeah, well, remember 50% of your gear is AI, so you don't need to be shameful about it.
That's true.
That's that on it. Yeah, my backup camera is AI. All my prime lens, all the sexy prime lens, I should probably say, is AI. Yeah. All right, you know what? So basically, my gear list would definitely be just go to
Just check the
affordable
website.
imports. Yeah, just go to affordable imports rental. That's my gear.
The whole
That's my gear
Sony
list
section.
right there.
The whole Sony
The only
section.
Sony section. Just that's my gear right there.
That's in my bag.
That's what's in my bag.
All those kicks. That's on it. All right. Well, two of we sharing a bag apparently tonight, so you had to split it down the middle.
By the way, I like that bag that you always give me, the blue one. I really like that for the fact that when I sling that over, it's nice and big, and I could actually like reach down in the back and collect lens and stuff.
That's what the think tank retrospective.
I think so. That's what it's called. The blue, yeah, that blue one he's always giving me. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, definitely a bag. But since
bag.
we're on gear talk, this is one of my favorite bags. Think tank retrospective. Okay, this is the version 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, version 10. So yeah, this
Was
bag
it 10 or
is
10 liter? I
basically
think this comes in sizes too.
no version 10. Yeah.
Is that a
look at it.
lens pouch on the back on the side there?
Yeah, I actually had this for maybe 5 years. I've probably the first time I actually attached it to the bag.
Okay.
But yeah,
Wow.
definitely helps you if you want to carry additional lens and want to get quickly.
I probably
Yeah.
throw some water in that. That look like a nice
Yeah,
little
anything
wa-
you could put in it. And the
Yeah.
beauty about I think this think tank bags is that if rain meet you and you want some coverage, basically this covers your lens, so no water getting into it.
Would that look like
Yeah.
something you put on your head?
Well, it
That
does.
look like that look like a shower cup.
And the thing about it, think tank bags come with their own shower cap too as well. So the bag
Oh.
has this attached as well, so you could
Wait,
cover over the whole bag.
My think tank didn't come with. Wait, I
Yeah.
had to look. I did not get no shower cap with my. think
Yeah,
tank.
you literally have a shower cap that covers the whole bag. So if rain meet you on a shoot, meet you on a river shoot or something, you're safe. You're good
Oh,
to
you
go.
you get the river yet? You find the secluded
No.
river?
It's not me, it's Cassius.
It's Cassius. It's true. How we call it? The TVMA. There's the
TVMA.
rating.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Rated for mature audience. So only looking for that.
It's an HBO and Showtime thing. So what? Any new gear? Anything come out this week? We need to
I think
Talk
we
about?
saw the Samyang dropped to 135. I know a lot of people might be expecting.
Drop or just
And
thing.
No,
Well,
so
leak,
it
no,
was like
it announced a leak last night, and in the last 24 hours, it got leaked and announced.
Yeah.
So they officially announced it. I think they have one video up with a review on it, but I mean, it comes in at,
Already?
I think, half the price of the G Master. I personally like how the G Master looks visually. So if I was a Sony shooter, I definitely might skip it. But I know a lot of people still buy it because, I mean, it's a whole $1,000 less. You understand? Why
I
not?
remember I bought a Samyang 35 1.4 and I sent that right back because it at the widest end which you always find me shooting at, that thing
Soft.
looked it had nothing sharp on that at the widest end, and and you see it real prevalent or prominent on a high megapixel camera, like because I have the R3,
Mhm.
and you would see just this kind of soft kind of thing. I'm like, oh, this is a nasty lens, and I sent that right back, and I got the Sigma instead, the 1.4.
Yeah,
So
that
after that,
is.
that dirty the waters for me for all Samyang or Rokinon and that kind of thing. I can't trust it.
Sigma is basically the best third party brand. So you
Well,
will it will be a step up.
Tamron too. Was that Conroy? Was that a big laugh?
Yeah, me
Sigma.
understand.
I just
Yeah,
I
laughing
do
at
understand.
Sigma.
I check.
I mean, I love Sigma, but I ain't touching them again. I get too spoiled with G Master and Z lens
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
RF
yeah.
L lens
So
and
hold.
What was
So
the status you had
first party
earlier on
or no
today?
party?
When you know you like when you know you reach
You
that
notice
you're
he
not
didn't call
touching.
RF lens, eh?
He did call
now say
RF
RF
lens.
L.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Put
it.
some respect on it.
I was trying to
No,
instigate.
no. Save the best for last. Don't try to start no back and
As
on
I
here
said,
tonight,
as I
same.
said, as I said.
Oh gosh, but I have the Samyang 35, and that was a kind of mess for me. I can't afford. By the way, am I pixelated or anything like that? Because I'm having a
I
Wi-Fi issue.
mean,
Yeah, a little pixelated, but we gonna
Okay,
live.
all right.
yeah, your frame rate
What
is a
camera
little
is it,
bit.
right?
Your frame rate is a little low on my end too, so it is what it
Yeah,
is.
but the 35 was a waste for me. Basically, it conked out, and I can't send it back to repair. It doesn't make sense. So
See, look,
yeah,
even Phil giving us his real life review as well. But I know
yeah,
it's Dream Masters where he will be going.
I
yeah,
just noticed.
yeah. Exactly.
I think my decision to actually get the Samyang was I was trying to actually save some money, and I
See,
realized, yeah, I was trying to save some money, and
what
I
Bruce?
was like, you're really when it comes to lens, you have to you gotta really buy ones and cry ones.
Yep.
You can't really if it's I feel as though you could cheap out on the body, kind
But
of
not the
like,
lens.
but I feel as
Nah,
Yeah, you gotta
though,
throw them bags behind the glass,
yeah.
cause
definitely,
that's
100%.
that's what
Sigma boy. I just had to, eh?
I mean, Sigma was I ain't gonna lie, Sigma was real mess back in the day.
Yeah, well, lens
Yeah.
falling apart,
No,
fungus on the zoom
before
lenses and so.
Before Global Vision.
I
Yeah.
would say before the art series, I find Sigma was a hot mess, especially for DSLR. That back focusing stuff. You used to have to take about
Exactly.
200 pictures to try to see that if you get like 1, 2, 3 in focus, and
Well, I used to
that
tune them
inconsistent.
and get them on point.
But Riyadh said how
yeah, but
usually
why?
signals you have to calibrate. But my experience, I've
Nah,
gone
it
over four
wasn't.
Sigma lens and never had to calibrate.
It
Straight up
wasn't
Never,
like,
fast.
Rani?
yeah, it
Never.
wasn't a
Never.
calibration.
The duck
That's
never reach
serious.
home by you.
The dog came and stayed in the box.
All right. Okay.
Now, it
Carry
wasn't a
on.
calibration issue. It was the fact that it was real mushy when it was wide open, and you used to see all the imperfections on a high megapixel camera. I mean, I feel as though you might get away with it for like maybe like a 20 megapixel or a 24
24 or the
megapixel.
7.3.
But now 40 something megapixel.
Nah, you were
Again,
seeing it. You were seeing it. I mean, you could stop down to 2.8, and that whole thing would have gone, would like disappear. But I
Two
didn't
stop start.
buy.
True.
Yeah, I
that
didn't
make
buy
I am
sense.
by no prime to shoot at 2.8.
2.8.
Fire burn that.
a
You
fat
understand?
at
That
that.
making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only third party lens I actually ever bought was Tokina, the 16 to 28, and I
That
don't know,
was
Nice lens.
that lens was stellar.
it
I
was
never had any problems with that lens.
I think I experienced it too. It was good. I got some amazing landscape shots, so like the Hyatt, Napa, and even with a bride and groom, at time I climbed up a ladder and got them laying down on the ground, and a 16 to 28 performed. But for some reason, like for my people shots, my group shots, I wasn't feeling it. I think I got rid of it, and I can't remember what I upgraded to. But yeah, it was a good lens at the time. That was some
Mm.
years ago.
That's my only dabble with third party. I good there.
You know what I like shooting groups with? A 85.
What is that?
at 85 millimeter. I like how
Really?
that. Yeah, good large groups,
Nice
large groups.
out.
I I would take that walk all the way to the back and get at you see the compression and that separation you get. I feel as though it works much better with a 85
Right.
because when you're dealing with like a large group, you gotta go closer to or a little bit further back with a wide angle lens, and you don't get the separation that you sometimes look for. Drop
Right.
a 85 on it and just take a walk to the back and boom.
And
Good
how
job.
them hearing you walkie-talkie into them?
Oh no! Just get
Nice.
close.
You,
You sort of
And
conduct them
signals?
with your hand.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
or if you have like a second shooter, you could just let the second shooter pose up everybody while you back with your 200 and you knocking everybody
Oh
out.
no! I remember Conrad, you kind of sent us a profile. Was it Lisa Holly something? And she used to do family portraits, but you told us that she used to only shoot with the 200 millimeter lens.
F2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring it. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it.
Oh wow!
The Eye of Sauron, boy.
For which brand you mean? The Canon?
Who else have that?
All right.
Who else have that? I'll wait.
That doesn't look like a Canon.
Ah,
You have any
So this is-
Nikon adapters that
I
I can use
saw
of it?
Man.
Nah, boy, not yet. But this one beat up. I mean, we're gonna have it get some TLC in some time after Tank gonna look at photographers. But this is a 200 1.8. Let me start off this. What's
I
in the
will
bag?
talk about. All right.
The Wi-Fi
And there's
kind
the
will
lens.
handle that lens, boy.
Like I said,
Pressure.
the hordes of Mordor
This-
trying to come back.
this
for
is
it,
the glass
my
element.
precious.
Wow.
Jeez.
Do you have anything else to put it next to it so you can see how big that is?
You see how big it is compared to the man head?
No, like the filter trimmer.
And I
Maybe
have a
put
big
a-
ass head. They don't have filters on this.
Oh,
That's probably the
So
size of
this-
the RF 20 to 70.
Actually, you're
Filters
not
on the
wrong
back.
because the way how we holding that like that, yeah, that's
it's close.
that's basically,
Oh,
Okay, the
basically
filter.
drop in.
Drop
All
in.
right, all right. Makes sense.
Yeah. But
Canon to
back
the
to the
wheel,
convo.
boy.
I just wanted to do that because I love this lens.
Yeah.
I've lost it after this lens for so long. For real. Canon to the wheel.
Boy, I rented one from a guy for, I think we had some fashion show non-profit thing. And I rented that to use it. What did I have then, boy? Did I have the Mark
6CD?
or 6D? I can't remember. Boy, that thing
Is
was
that right?
stellar. If you see them images,
Oh.
if
yes.
you see them
That was
images,
also a guy.
amazing. Yes.
So,
yeah.
So, Conrad, any of your customers rent that as yet? Do you have anything to show us? Something local to drop on? Make you
It
feel
have,
like
but I can't
missing
share.
out? Oh,
No, I'm not
alright.
sharing it. I can't share it. It's not my place to share.
Jose,
Alright.
a map box for that, yes?
Yeah. 200 1.8, but the filter is very small. Oh, look the
Yeah,
guy
it's in
in the
back.
comments there. Jason Odin.
Well,
Oh.
Jason, we want
Wow.
permission. We want to see
Nah.
something.
Well, I definitely had to see them thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
wait to see them thing, rather.
I saw the shot and it looked like, well, it was in water, right? And the water just, it's
I
hard
think
to
that's
explain. The water looked like glass.
Hmm.
And the person just smacking you glass and
Nothing
Yeah.
behind, boy.
nothing.
Yeah.
It just block.
So wait,
But
will you use that on?
Had to be
R6, he
R5.
didn't do the R5. No, he didn't do the
Oh,
R5.
okay.
he did the R6.
Because I thought he would have adapted for the Sony now. It's like if you go and blaspheme, kind of
Oh,
to
no,
end
no,
the
no.
whole life. That's right now.
No. Anybody who want to run this, we asking them first and foremost if they're using Sony or Canon. And if they say S word, yeah, that's it.
Yes,
It's not available.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna start off the what's in my gear bag.
I start already, so look, go ahead.
Well, I will continue.
Go ahead.
Alright.
You go ahead.
So we have here.
Nice.
You done wearing one on the head already?
Oh shit.
Lord.
Lord
Paul,
Pro,
what's
boy.
up?
Low Pro. So basically, this is a bag I probably had for about maybe 5 or 6 years. I think it's the Low Pro
Wow.
450 AW. I mean, it might not look like it, but trust me, this has taken a lot of licks, a lot of beating. It's basically in a condition that it needs to wash. You can see it there, the 450.
Wash.
Yeah.
Wow.
So inside, well, you don't have the dividers inside at the moment because it has to get some cleaning. So apologies if this looks very dirty on your camera, but yeah, it has space. Literally has a lot of space. You could
Is
have
that
a 70.
campsite?
You could have a 70 to 200 here and probably about 6 lenses, 2 bodies, and yeah, it's perfect. Also with a laptop case as well. I personally want to get the upgraded version. I think a couple people probably have it already, but it's definitely one of the best camera bags I would recommend.
Over peak design?
I would recommend over peak design. The reason being is because I think it has a sturdy build quality.
I mean, peak
And-
design have a real good quality too. Huh?
Like, look at the straps. I've had this bag for about maybe 6 years, and the straps literally haven't lost any threading, like they're going to burst or anything. So you go on a shoot, you just rest it down on the ground. It could be dirt, mud. Pop it open, take out your lens already attached to your camera, and you're ready to shoot. So
Boom.
it makes your life efficient. Because like some other camera bags, when you reach on the shoot, you had to take out your body, then you had to attach your lens, and no. You could just pack everything in here, lens already on your camera, and you just pop open and you're ready to shoot. And yeah, easy to clean, easy to wash. I honestly would recommend that bag any and every day. For me, it could be this number 2 could be this bag, and this bag I just treat it like a baby. This is the same think tank. It's like this bag, I afraid for it to touch the ground. Well, yeah.
Is that the black version to your blue one?
Yeah, literally it's the black version to cut corners. So you see inside.
Yeah, sorry for the ASMR there for those who are not into that sort of thing.
We need to get the links. You need to get the links.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Links.
Oh yeah. For real.
Yeah, so the think tank.
I think we'll do a document on
retrospective 10, and also have a lens changer at the side here, so you can put in a lens.
Oh, you could put your carbon stag on that.
Nice. So right now, just to show you how much space it has, I just get.
Owen, you could drop your links. Drop some links, Owen.
See, dropping a little 50 mil in there, and look at that. Good to go.
Okay. The bottom kind of open up as.
Well, the bottom kind of open because this is where the
Okay, so it doesn't go
shower cap is.
Okay.
So rain coming down. Or the shower cap too. Rain coming down. Put over your shower cap. You get safe, protected. You understand? So
I mean, it'll be safe inside the bag too, but all right.
Yeah, but remember your bag might already be full with gas, so yeah. And in the back, for those who have a little iPad and so, you could just slap that in here. I think maybe the MacBook Air might fit, but an iPad is a safer bet. But yeah. So I'll just start with the bags for now. Those are my favorite bags. Yeah, I'll take them over the Peak Design. I think the Peak Design is more like a hipster / luxury kind of thing. Like, hey, look at me, I have a cool bag. That's how I feel about the Peak Design. But like for road warriors, low pro,
what do
think
tank? Hey, people asking if AI had a thing on sale.
Right. Most likely we will tell Rafael. You can probably contact us. Slide in the DMs and we'll make that happen.
Not even contact form, DMs.
Drop the links, guys. Drop the links.
Drop the links. Yeah,
Owen, drop the links.
Alright, I'll go and look for links.
Don't worry, after the chat,
we'll finish with a document, man.
Full document. Everything touched on
so that's it. We talk about bag.
Yeah, well, ISC on bag, ISC.
Guy, you're supposed to get your whole rundown is what's in your bag.
All right, so what's in my bag? Right now, I'm a Nikon shooter. So sorry.
No one will hold it against. All right.
I don't offend nobody or nothing. I'm just saying I'm a Nikon shooter. One of my trusty lenses is the Nikon, camera bodies is Z6. To that.
The original Z6?
The original?
Nah.
I thought you had
version 2.
Oh.
I used the original. It was nice. I mean, it gets the job done. But I just could have gotten the Z6 too, and I took the jump. And a 35mm. Because I came from the D750. And I had a lot of Sigma glasses that I loved. And I just say that, let me just keep on to them because Nikon updates, drop their lens for the Z mount, but I personally prefer 1.4 over 1.8. And yeah, I'd rather hold out maybe 2-3 years, and when Nikon actually drop some 1.2s or something and be able to upgrade, than to fight upgrading to a 1.8 and missing out. So apart from the 35, I actually have a 14 to 30 f4.
Nice.
F4.
Yeah,
Are you focusing
yeah,
there?
You.
yeah, yeah.
Look
See,
at
I'm kind of
Riyadh asking that
see,
question there.
I'm kind of summed it up. Well, I'm not seeing the question. Yeah. Not a single issue. It performs better than how it was on the D750. So not a single issue.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because of the focusing thing, I find like all Sigma lens like
Yeah, all Sigma lens just hit another level because
Yeah,
of
That's right.
I would say it gets a second life for sure.
Yeah, breeze new.
somebody said that F4 is trying to use in the
Definitely.
garden. But this F4 lens, ashamed to hold it. I have never owned an F4 lens in all my
Nah.
life till last year.
Ron, you
How often do you
Hold on,
use?
Prime
How often
Minister
do you
boy.
use that? How
This
often do you use
lens
that?
maybe got used twice, and I'm ashamed to say that. But I plan to use it. I plan to actually make a decided effort to use it. But yeah,
So that will go on your list of things I bought and never used. That would be like the end of the year. That will be your video.
no. I actually have a lot of plans for it, so it will get probably most used lens in my bag for this year. Watch and
What are
see.
you going to do with it though? Because I'm thinking F4 14 to 30, that is vlogging, right? So what are you doing with
That's
it?
why I say
Yeah, I go hit some
Vlogging
vlogs.
essentials.
That is itself right there. Not only that, I always had a passion for landscape photography, and I think the pandemic would have shown me that, hey boy, I'm missing out enjoying outdoors. So there are a lot of landscapes shots that I want to get, especially some ND filters. So I know this lens definitely is going to get used.
Landscape to get the
starting this
best to get the best landscape. You gotta get up like 5 o'clock in the morning.
But I get it up 5 o'clock in the morning to do photo shoots. What's wrong with you?
I ain't good and shit that. I had to get up
But,
3 o'clock to get there for 5.
Ron, you run through the Nikon. Let's stay quick. We losing viewers.
Yeah. So I'll go on.
Wow.
But last on the Nikon list for now is the 85. I recently sold my Sigma 85 and I upgraded to this. Well, shucks. Upgraded is not the correct word.
It is.
I changed it for a Viltrox 85mm.
Really? Then you're correct. It's not a...
Yeah, it's not really an upgrade.
That's like, is it like a lateral or like a?
Yeah, that's a lateral.
There's a lateral.
Boy, honestly, I like the Sigma. You can't beat the image quality.
But it was too big.
My wife got me this Viltrox. So it's like, there's no sense having 285. One had to go. And I think the newer technology is the one that had to stay. And sentimental reasons.
What made you take the Viltrox over the native 85?
Exactly.
Well,
Sigma 85.
Well, I think my wife is who bought it, so she knew exactly what I wanted. So she probably went with the cheaper option just to be safe.
Wow.
You're supposed to influence her. He was supposed to influence her.
She get good advice. But yeah, that's it there for me. I'll have a Sigma.
What about lighting?
Well, it's while you're in your bag and I can't really hold no big set of lighting.
But
quick. I just want to say, while we here, the best flash you will ever buy. And nobody get upset. You know,
I'm upset already.
Personal opinion.
Got that shape looking.
The Flashpoint or Godox V1 Flash. I'm telling you, you could do 2 weddings back to back and they still have battery life. Trust me, it's the most amazing flash that I've used from a third-party brand. I've never owned anything from Nikon. I've used Yongnuo flashes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trust me, the only flash you will ever need in a camera bag is this. So yeah,
I find flashes are like OEM flashes are ridiculously overpriced. Though.
Yeah,
seriously.
Guy them take price because it does work and it could take licks. How much time that drop, Ronnie?
Excuse me, I don't drop my lens.
Oh my god,
that's a flash. That's how that drop, Ronnie.
No, it never drop. But it working. But look at this. At the end of the day, OEM flash is 4 times the price of that. Come on, man. I could buy 4 of those. I could drop one, kick it down Parmin, and still be able to go buy AI and buy one back.
Oh, wow.
That matters. The ability to replace your gear in a timely manner matters. I don't care.
So those flashes are the Nissans of the Nissan brand of flashes.
All right, guys. So good night. We had an excellent stream tonight. It was nice seeing you all.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Nah, I just find
my
that flash
gosh.
look real Profuto A1-ish now. So I just
But Randy, when it comes to like software that helps you, you know, with your deliverables and just all around client management kind of thing, do you have a system now, or is it that you want to improve that coming down to
I definitely want to improve it.
So what you use now?
Right now is just PixieS and using
Pixie set.
Pixie Set. Sorry, I got the name wrong. I know CNR was mentioned Staffy is definitely something I want to look into, but the reality is I have so many subscriptions right now. It's like you just have to be careful what you're doing. You can't stretch yourself too thin.
Man,
it
not
doesn't
bad.
help.
Yeah.
But the link I give you will give you 2 months free to kind of go with it. So you could actually start planning how you want to use it to see if
All right.
it'll work for you. But like
Sorry, go ahead.
now you go ahead.
After finish.
So
I
like
just had a quick question for Rani.
yeah, go ahead now.
Favorite, asking favorite lens. You don't really have much lens as before, but you have. Which is your favorite lens in the bag right now, and why?
Favorite lens right now, it will be the 35mm 1.4 from Sigma. I love it because at 1.4 I'm getting sharpness straight across the frame. I'd rather worry about taking a shot at 1.4 and coming home and it's going to be a little blurry or out of focus or not to my liking. I just love it. I think I could use that lens for almost anything and be satisfied because of the focal length. My favorite lens that I would like to own and has not been released would be the Nikon 85mm Z. We are hoping it's a 1.2. Definitely, once that comes out, it's something I'll be looking to get, and that will ultimately be my favorite lens for the next couple of years.
Okay. So, but back to like the software thing again. Like, what does you use right now for client management all around? Like, let's say inquiries and stuff.
Well,
Just
PixieSet
email?
at the moment.
They have
but
a kind of client capture thing.
not necessarily, no, nothing like Tavi, but they
No, but
just
not
keep
like, but like something similar to it.
Nah.
Okay.
Basically, you just take basic with questionnaires, invoicing, but nothing for email captures and so on, and sending out basically bulk emails to clients. No,
Okay.
nothing like that. But
My
what I like about them is that they're constantly improving. So one
Okay.
aspect that they have is that they introduce a website aspect.
Okay.
So you could actually build a website through them and then just buy a domain and have it ready. So that is something I'm looking forward to maximize on through my subscription.
Okay, and my last question would be, what are the like 5 YouTube channels that you go to for like any sort of information or entertainment, that kind of thing?
Gosh, boy, that's a hard one,
I'll
boy.
put you on the spot.
yeah, but I mean, it's what's in your bag, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube
Now
is in your bag too, like education,
No, YouTube ain't
education.
nobody bag.
You know what I mean?
Now what's in my browser?
But it's
Well,
like where do you go for like education to constantly improve yourself? Like, who do you go to, that kind of thing?
okay.
When you're not in incognito.
That one went too well. Let me take a little sip of the strawberry thing here, right?
And mind
That's
your
it.
business.
Drink your water.
I think there are a lot of channels. It's just hard for me to give a top 5, but off the top of my head, as soon as you ask the question,
Yeah, where do you go for education?
over the years, it would have been Frono's Photo. I mean, from the start of my photography career, I would have consumed a lot of their content, Frono's Photo, because I used to just like listening to him. It was kind of entertaining and fun. There was this guy, Camera Conspiracy, not necessarily for that's entertainment, literally.
Yeah.
Angry Photographer.
I
The
hate
comment
him.
section was just entertainment. I didn't necessarily listen to him. I haven't listened to him in a long while. I look at a lot of Taylor Jackson now. because I guess he always pushing out videos, and it's videos that you could watch while you're doing other things. You don't have to be paying attention to the screen. And right now, what I'm looking at, number 5, I don't know the channel name, but I'm looking at color grading, learning how to color grade. So
Okay.
yeah,
Bruce, we can move to you then.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, starting with bag. Currently I'm using Low Pro as well. Transit. Wait, I have no link.
Bruce, why are you using
Transit.
Looper?
Yeah, Low Pro.
yeah, man,
Transit.
hated on me.
Bruce, what going on here?
Yeah, the man throw
The
it.
thing is,
The man throw it. Peak design
yeah,
straight
Transit
out the
Backpack
water.
350 EW. Well,
Okay.
let me give you some backstory. So when I
Please.
started photography, I had plans to be an award-winning photojournalistic, wedding photographer. But yeah, two things curtailed that whole plan. One, I hated editing all them photos, and two, most of the weddings were on Saturdays, and I realized that at that juncture for me, I really want to fight all that current. So I transition a lot, buy and sell gear. Them Jews mash me up a lot, buying, getting back my stuff. Because
Yeah,
there
the
was
Jews are customs.
yeah. Nah, not even customs. I just most often than not, I just fly and go get my stuff when I need to. So to and fro, I end up with settling with corporate headshots.
Naka, you don't need to show.
No, not that one. Is this one? No,
With what?
this is a new. This bag that we just saw there. No, I think
Yeah,
that's
that was
the.
that. No, that was
peak
that was
design.
in his own. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, settled on headshots, and this brings us to the 2022 COVID edition backpack. So it's the Low Pro Transit 350 AW. I bought that a long time ago, which replaces my Peak Design trusty first gen Peak Design
Yeah, boy.
13 inch.
OG.
Because yeah, I had that with the photography loadout, but being more video centric now, I needed more room to hold more stuff. And more stuff wasn't necessarily more lenses, but like audio stuff. So camera body, I have an EOS R, had a 5D Mark IV, bought the EOS R after I get chained up from my brethren. I ain't gonna call no name, but he's amongst us.
There's only
Yeah.
one.
Bought it as the backup, and it ended up becoming the main. And next thing you know, the 5D Mark IV, yes, just get through out of the bag completely. So lenses, I have the Canon 40mm Pancake and the 70-200 version 2. Oh yeah, how that's here. I forget it's supposed to be showing stuff. Yeah. So I have 70-200 version 2.
What are you talking about?
I had or have had, I don't know what to call it, the 2040-70 version 2, but personally I hate that lens, so I kind of donated it to church for live streaming because that thing ain't making no sense.
Again, interest on our donation or?
Well, I'm
So
wondering, I mean, is it that they give the church where you don't want? That way saying?
no, not necessarily. I mean, that's a pretty
When you're balling though,
expensive
when you
lens.
Saints of
So
old
I was-
boy.
Yeah, I mean they have
Okay,
more
but
use for it.
quick question, why you didn't like the lens though? Because I'm thinking you're a Canon lover. You ain't letting
That
nothing
lens
Canon
was
out of
not
your hands.
inspiring at all.
Okay.
And
It
you
was-
think the 24-70 f2 will be inspiring?
28-70 f2.
28.
Yes.
Put some
Yes,
respect on it. 28 to
Yeah,
70.
some respect.
F1.
Yeah, the 24-70 is just a utilitarian. Is optically it's really impressive. So if you have to shoot, I mean the 70-200 already giving stellar stuff. If you had to do anything in the range, you might as well have a lens that matching the quality now. But it was just a good business decision to buy it. But inspiration wise, yeah. So transitioning on, I have this is the Elgato HD.
that you don't use anymore.
Yeah, the 6S. I bought this for the whole live streaming thing, and like probably a week after I bought it, Canon made it possible for you to use your USB cable to attach to your computer and run live stream. So it's like, what's the point of this? So yeah, so this in the bag to
Donated the
be
church.
sold. Nah, they have an ATM. They have an ATM switcher. So that somebody will buy that at some point.
Oh, the church real fancy,
Fighting
but
them. Yeah. So mics, because like I said, most of the year, well, most of COVID, I've been doing videos. So I have the Samsung Q2U mic, which I currently have here. I was gonna bring it up, but it's not compliant. So yeah. Storage wise, always in the bag is the Samsung T5.
Yep.
card.
If I any house.
Alright, yeah.
I
So
should
that's
maybe
always
one more
there
of those.
to back up stuff on shoots, whatever. I have batteries that I haven't charged in months because I'm using the dummy battery stuff because it's video. Anybody using no batteries for that? I have variable NDs, B&W, polarizer 7788, tether tools, cables like that. I have Type A, I have USB-C, and LAN cables. And I also have a keyboard perpetually stationed in the back of the camera bag, Logitech K810, because you never know when you go somewhere you might need to plug in and do whatever.
Just a quick thing. I see Dylan asking you how much you want for the Elgato capture card. Where he could probably contact you there, Owen.
Yeah, you could, like affordable say, slide in the DMs. We could have that discussion because if they're taking this, probably get used 2 times if so much. So that's what's there. What went out was cards wise, I use what call them guys again? Alexa. Yeah, Alexa. I do subscribe to samples. I get it. So Alexa's can't find any right now.
Don't worry,
Alexa
I'll use one for you.
cards plan to get some more.
See Nikon autofocus system suffering.
Yeah, I realize I have to cover your eyes. With regards to what stuff I want to get this year, acquisitions is some soft boxes. I mean, I wouldn't go in my bag, but is some LED Chrome strip boxes that to be used for headshots and video. And added to that, I'm actually forced to buy Ellen Crum to Bowen's mount speed ring adapters to use on the Amaran lights and the whatever iteration, because I mean they're doing video predominantly now, so
And
might as well get the
Bowen's is more universal mount for that kind of back now. I know it hits in the inside.
It's hurting me deep inside.
Yeah.
But minus that, what I want to put in that bag most of all is an R5C and a 28-70 f2 lens.
Nice. We're claiming
We're
it.
talking about 2022, yo.
That's it.
And the amount of jobs we had to do, we had to.
Don't study like that. That's God work. We ain't fighting.
You just need to put on one bank robbery, that's all.
I mean, yeah.
All right, guys. Good night.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You had to help me. You to get away driver, you know?
What's up?
You feel transport.
So that's really.
They're transporting for Conrad. You got to transport for we, you know.
Wow.
I go plan it. I go plan it. No, all right. So just the same thing that we were asking Rani. Like, I know you're into your books. Definitely into your audio books and stuff like that. Top 5 books that, I mean, maybe if not 5, 3.
I'm sure you have one on the desk right there.
Probably, or on the phone or something like that. That one you always go back to. I know there's a specific book that every one of us have a book that we always go back to, and that, you know, literally is like our personal Bible for business. And the other two the other one that surprisingly help you to reach where you want to reach and that kind of thing.
All right, so Audible 5 books. I would say like number one
10x.
is not even 10x guy. Blue
Richest man in
Ocean.
Babylon.
Blue Ocean.
Okay, I know you keep talking about that. Yeah.
Blue Ocean strategies, which more or less teach you to think outside of the norm,
Mm-hmm.
even with businesses. Like all right, I won't go too much into it. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, no problem.
Blue Ocean, 10x is another hit. That's Grant Cardone. We have Build to Sell. That's
I remember
another
you talked
massive
about last
one.
week. Yeah.
Richest Man in Babylon. That's 4.
Yeah, another key
And
one.
then number 5 would be Never Split the Difference. That's Chris Voss
Chris
teaching
Voss,
you
yeah.
how to negotiate and that kind of stuff. That's my top 5 books. You had to ask something else.
What was the book that actually you would always go back to like do a refresher or to remind you that kind of thing?
Never split the
Now,
difference.
to be honest, it would be Richest Man in Babylon.
Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
Okay, that is that the book as well that would that actually help you, or in terms of like was the most enlightening to say like, okay, I will use these techniques to reach this goal in 2022, that kind of thing. Is it that book you would probably
Reference?
cite? Yeah,
That would actually be another book. Yeah, but that
Okay.
one is like life skills.
More life skills, but the
Yeah,
other one,
the other one is the next 5 moves by David Patrick.
Patrick Bet David.
Patrick David.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, right? Back
Mhm.
to Sian's question when he asked me about YouTube channels.
Mhm.
My mind was focused upon just strictly photography.
Mhm.
And 2 channels that I just want to add in would definitely be, I think it's Fiverr. That's the no, not Fiverr. Sorry, wrong name. Future.
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
the channel with the Filipino guy. I keep forgetting his name, but I always go back to.
That's
Chris
Sion
Do.
Twin.
Christo.
Huh?
Chris Do.
Sion's twin.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I could definitely
Yeah,
see Sion in that.
similar mannerism, Sion. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
basically a photocopy of the
100%.
guy. Or he's a photocopy of you. Yeah.
You know,
Chinese
and
people
then
again.
the channel by Patrick Bet David. I think that is a channel that I probably have listened the most in my lifetime.
Patrick D.
And yeah, definitely each one of his videos is content. It's not fluff. You understand? You're walking away feeling empowered.
I
Whether
would
you
love.
take the information or not,
Yeah.
definitely. If I had to meet somebody on YouTube
Yeah.
for maybe like a 5-minute conversation,
Would be
Patrick
Value
Bet David.
Don't forget to put
Value
those.
statement,
Don't
yes.
forget to put those in the group, the CCS group.
Validate
Like
that.
those stuff on there. What's your goals for 2022? I think I don't know if you said what your goals were, but we're like when it comes to photography wise and video wise, and business wise, where you want to see which like. I know it's usually a 5-year down the line, 5-year goal plan, but like it's 2022. What do you want to hit in terms of like when the year goes in the timeline of the year? What do you want to be hitting in terms of your business? Bruce.
We referencing.
Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce.
you
Yeah.
Now when we talked about them thing last week, guy.
I know. I just wanna because this is more like around what we kind of discussing.
Like
Business
I said,
wise
it's
kinda thing,
just business wise, is to get back into headshots,
Oh yeah.
develop portfolio, have the system set up and in place and more or less on autopilot. I intend to still push with the video work because I realize I like lighting no matter photography, videography, and videography. To be honest, are a lot more fun because you have way more ways to utilize lights, constant lights at that.
It's just the editing.
Yeah, I do plan to do none of them thing. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I outsource all them thing. Yeah, more or less that's it. Business wise,
Website.
well, photography wise, it's not
Okay.
too heavy.
Okay, got
Hopefully
you.
manageable. Yeah. So, what you have in your bag?
Well, my bag is this peak design thing. Kai will bring it up for me. That's my bag. That blue, because I love blue. That's my bag right there.
Stitch thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't use it.
Fancy.
It is,
Why?
but I bought this for travel like a I went. My wife and I went to Vegas last year. I noticed that I couldn't pack my laptop and I couldn't pack my camera in the same bag because I had a regular laptop bag instead of a camera bag, and I was like, oh god. So I bought that for travel because I plan to do, well, we plan to do more traveling this year too. And well, what I do use if I don't rent from Conrad, I have this smaller, real tiny little think tank bag, a brown one, and that only good for holding two lens and a body. So which is all that I have, which is a Sony A7 R3
Say,
and
claim it. You're coming over to Canon.
Yeah.
Speak it.
His brain
Speak
already
it.
getting rewired already.
Yeah.
you feel, I mean, I wanted to, and then you know what actually changed my mind from going
Cameron.
yes, the 35 to 150 changed my mind from coming over
Boy,
because I was
Yeah.
coming over to get that 28 to 70 because
Wow.
you feel
yeah.
Canon gonna stop at 20 to 70?
No,
I
they won't
mean,
stop, but
just
that
saying.
no,
Tamron,
that Tamron
is a
that
perfect
Tamron
lens
it
for
is
a videographer and a wedding
When
photographer.
Canon release their own, just know I gonna tell them don't sell you nothing. You're unstable.
I was gonna
Don't
ask
sell
that
you
as well. Tamron isn't locked into one mount. What happened
no
if they do RF? What do you think
if
they'll do? They still
if I would love if like Nikon and Canon would open up their mounts to the third party people, but
It
I
will
think
happen.
I mean I mean I can't wait for it to happen, and I do have this system that I have right now,
Kevin.
so I think I would stick with it and get the 35. Oh, that lens is 35 to 150. That's the lens for 2022 to
Yeah,
do all
I
my
telling
weddings.
you that.
nice,
And that's my lens I'm gonna be
nice.
using for basically everything. Once B&H and if Adorama get it first, that it's already in the cart and it just everybody back ordered and everything is back ordered right now.
Yeah.
And once I get it, I given Conrad to sell my 35 Sigma 1.4 and my 85 millimeter 1.8 1.8. I given him to sell that for me, and that would just be one camera and one lens to rule them all. Everything else, I'd like a backup camera. It would be nice, but I have Conrad, so if it's anything, I just rent one for him from him, and I'll rent the 24 GM because I really love that lens. God, that lens is nice. The 24 GM and the rest is fine. That's
Nice.
it from that's my gear right there.
So what you planning on adding? Well, you did indicate.
Yeah, the 35 to 150 is what I plan to add, and the 35 and the 85 that I currently have is what I plan to get rid of.
Okay.
So one lens.
One lens. If I need anything outside of that lens, I go to Affordable Imports and I check his rentals. You want me to pull up the website too and show him a list?
We're all familiar with that
That's
website. So.
But at
Maybe
the
we can
same
pull up.
time,
Mhm.
Go ahead.
because you're using Zoom now, I mean, even if it's an F2, do you think you will be using more off-camera flash or, you know, supplemental
That's a
lighting?
good
Or
one.
I
you
don't
would
think
just
so.
Nah.
Sion lives in high
I
ISO.
Yeah, I live
You
between that
understand?
6400 and that 12,800. I my life right there.
I just free to go
but you had to
there.
Blasphemy.
push it more, right? No, you had
I
to
mean,
push it
yeah,
even
I'll
more because you
push it
got
more.
1.4.
I usually have
It's
it
true.
at a limit at 8,000, and if I get a lens, I'll push it. I'll carry it over to 12.8. And I
Wow.
know your 7.4, the A7 IV now have some ridiculous high ISO capabilities. So I mean, I
See
could
what
live.
happened there.
And
Yeah.
plus, I have that remind me, I have to rent your for this wedding or this upcoming wedding I have with Kyle. The what is called the batteries again? The oh gosh,
V-mount.
the
The V mount?
yes, I had to buy some V mounts because the place that we in Waterville,
Right.
the under the tent it's going to be dark by the time we're
Right.
ready to shoot, and I feel as though and it doesn't have plugs or AC
No,
outlets
Right.
under the tent. No.
you definitely need to like that.
Yeah,
Trust
so
me.
I tell them I made a mental note and say get some V mounts for the VL 150 that I have for me and for Kyle and myself, because Kyle will be shooting with me, and
So I pull
Cassius
for
too.
300.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and the 24 GM, and well, the A74. I think that will be my list. Well, and some other stuff. I can't remember what else I'll put. That's about it. When it comes to software, well, you know
Rent
me.
the for Delta, definitely.
Was that
Rent the basically generator on the
Send
go.
the
they?
generator.
Yeah, that sounds like
But
a
as
plan too.
Cassius say, when he had the R5, he basically went all over 12,000. I personally, when I passed 6,400, I just start to feel a whole boy. Like,
No, but
PTSD.
when you look at the video, when you look at the footage after, how does it look with the 64? And it's be clean.
it does be clean, but
It's
like you just kind of feel uncomfortable. I
I
haven't reached that point where I could just shoot 6,400 and be like, yeah, man, I'm happy with the images. But you
See.
remember too, you just have to take your bias out of the images. Because I did a reception and I think I hit 8,000, 10,000, and I was like, but these images look like crap because of how much noise.
right.
But the clients love them. The clients love them. The clients using them. So sometimes you just have to subtract your own personal biases from the images you deliver.
Yeah, I mean, technically, some grain does actually look good, and I like grain. I love grain.
Yeah. You put
But
in grain in ISO 100 and all.
yeah, I train in some grain in that one time too. I'll probably train some fine grain and just load up that slider, and that will be me there. But
Yeah.
software wise, I have a thing with management and organizing. Oh
Mhm.
yes, close. So I like to have a kind of turnkey system where an inquiry comes in, and I have a system that takes that inquiry and churns out a deliverable at the end of the day. So I built a system on that. How I deliver is pick time. I send them out that, and pick time is similar to Pixie Set at what you do, but I rather pick time because they have a more social media, I should marketing side of things that helps with certain stuff, and I like
It's,
that.
it's some subscriptions you have, but we could be here forever. What would
I
you
have
say that how are your top YouTube channels? At least give it three. Because we don't want to leave out Conrad, Conrad over there salting.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I
YouTube.
good. I good.
Now YouTube channels is I definitely don't have one for. I haven't looked at the way how you use yours. My stuff just be real over the place, anime, games, and so it's not like I go for education there anymore. I go along the way with by Bruce, and I just read some stuff.
Okay.
Or I just have I'll do like cassettes and have like podcasts when I drive
Podcasts
in. Yeah,
running.
and I driving down the road, and that's just me for that part of education. And but how I started my education for business, I went straight to SLR Lounge, and I when I met with Pi for the first time,
Yeah, but I must say it was nice. Why?
yeah, he's real friendly though. And I started by kind of education with them, and that's how I get so kind of OCD with management and having a kind of turnkey system. Um,
Mm.
Because he's all about that. I think he's a copy of what you want to achieve might be
yeah,
somewhat
Yeah.
what Pi would have
Their
achieved.
system. Their
yeah.
system. In a nutshell.
When it comes to work, I kind of want to get back into more portrait stuff, but I want to make sure that the wedding
The
side of the
boudoirs
thing.
on them too.
Maybe I don't know if it happens to come up, but I want to do something. I just want to get back in portrait, but I want to make sure that weddings kind of reach a plateau of where I don't have to worry about where bookings coming from. So I'm really working behind the weddings part of it to try to get it to the point where I have a stream of inquiries that could come from here, there, and so I'm trying to set that up in a way that I have multiple streams of inquiries coming in, like multiple streams of income. I'm trying to work where I could set up multiple streams of inquiries coming in, and once that is set up, I will kind of move on from there to other
And
stuff.
And just to add, Leandro said how Adoram TV has some good videos, and because he said that, I
Facts.
remembered B&H Event Space.
Mm.
That's something I used to sign up for a lot, and used to just take in those stuff. Event Space from B&H, a lot of things
I
that
don't
can be learned from it.
I don't have a sub for Creative Live. I pirate that.
I actually used to pay for Creative Live, but I remember Adorama TV 101 with
Yeah.
it's Mark Wallace.
Okay.
Yep. Mark
Yeah.
Wallace.
That's the foundation of my
And Digital Rev
what's
TV with Kai.
that was real kicks.
Yeah. Those were the good days.
Oh,
But
but
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I would actually say that everybody should go once in their life. You see WPPI that
That's
I
how my
That's-
dream listener.
nah
Everybody
I
like portraits and
no all right. So let's say if you're into portraits, let's say you're into portraits alone. When you go over there and you see the kind of stuff that they're doing, you would look at yourself and be like, what are they doing here? Why spend my
Yeah.
money to come
not
here for?
just watching YouTube guy.
Yeah, that's you'd just be like, Jesus Christ, this is like the pinnacle of where you want to be, and you just notice the
Mecca.
yeah. Oh, you kind of notice the space in between from you to that,
It's like
but
Krillin versus Ultra Instinct Goku.
something like yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But it's like it's a good measurement. Like when you go to WPP, it's a if you get over the fact that it's real far, but
DP
uh,
review.
but go to like if you start to think that okay, what are the steps that they took
To
in order
get there.
to yeah, so instead of thinking wow that is unattainable, you'd be like all right, cool, well I need to actually get there, how long would it take, think. But
But
it is a culture shock, to be honest.
but I think we could create that here in Trinidad and Tobago, no? Why we have to we could. We have everything in our tool shed that could create it, but yeah.
Oh shit, I forget I have this thing here.
Oh,
This is what I use and
your new
for
baby.
yeah,
BTS, yes.
this is what I use for BTS, right? True.
Okay.
Look good though.
Strap this
So
on,
the other
on.
was, what's
You.
in your plethora of bags?
What do you use?
I would use anything that available at the time.
Oh, nigga, boo.
Nah,
Proper
that's
ad,
the
bro, proper ad.
yeah,
There's the people who just have phone and be like, I just use my phone on already. I fight it up with no camera.
That's the AI response, your Conrad response.
yeah.
No, that's the real
What
response.
what is being the van?
Whoever I pick up from a rental. But I mean, it may seem counterintuitive at first, but for me, when I'm thinking about what equipment I'm going to use, I usually start off with the lens because I think the lens usually drives the purpose. So,
Field of view.
if you love you. So, like tonight, getting
Yeah,
in
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
live,
ask that.
yeah, I'm like, oh shucks, I can't talk about
Oh, yeah, there. Sony
No,
FX3 hour.
that. No, a bad talk. Them at the start of the live, and here I am going to say I was using a rookie on 85 1.4.
My God.
Truth comes out, eh?
It's so
You have a
funny,
rental
right?
house, so it's how you understood.
Yeah. So again, I will start with the lens driving the decision, the image where you want to get. Let me see his best camera. Just say his favorite camera and lens on done. I would say because of the business, I've kind of been given the opportunity to try different equipment. And guys, honestly, just shoot whatever the hell you want.
Just
Don't
do
study
it.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is entertainment, is fun.
And
Yes, use it
marketing.
for research.
And an agenda.
Yes, 100% on
An
agenda.
agenda. Don't get tired up.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, even I tonight, I was bashing Nikon out of kicks. Nikon is excellent. Don't let nobody make you say I'm leaving Nikon because it works. It just works. All right. If you know you have a specialty thing, and trust me, guys, wedding is not specialty.
Nope.
If you say like Sion, I want to be a hybrid shooter, that's when we start to get a little bit more specialized in the sense that you have a specific need. You want that. You want that 85 1.2 like Rani, or like Sion, you want to be able to switch between video and
In the
photo
lenses
very
that
easily.
Canon have already.
Correct. Or you're like Bruce, you already have a Canon DSLR and you want to move into mirrorless, just buy the mirrorless alternative, buy the mount, and over time
Move on with your
upgrade.
life.
Yeah, don't dwell, don't waste your time. If you know you're a business person and you don't have time, don't waste your time watching
Correct.
YouTube. Just buy whatever system you're already working with
And be
if you're
happy.
comfortable and be happy. Um, I could say this, who's the other person who tried a lot of systems and through the business, that would have been, oh God, I forget his name, Jason Audin. Jason, he wanted help with some video stuff recently, so he sampled Sony. His complaint, he doesn't like how it feels in his hand.
My
He
number one
used the
complaint too.
Canon, yeah, right, Rani complains about that. Owen wouldn't even touch it
Even
unless
the
he
new
and us
body
make it work.
with the rugged grip, with the bigger grip and everything too.
Well, he didn't use the
Bigger grip.
A7 IV, he used the A7S3. And for him,
It still felt weird.
um,
Okay.
yeah, he still prefers, because, and I'm saying this, I mean, I'm talking about him, for example, because I could only talk from my customer's perspective. I could talk from
Mm-hmm.
mine, but
Mm-hmm.
when I say that, again, I don't really have a preference for a system. Um, but he touched the R6 and he was like, yeah, this feel like a camera because it's more built. The grip is better for him. It
I said
feels
that was the
nicer.
same thing I said too.
Yeah,
That was
yeah. You when you touch the R5, right?
I was like, yeah, boy. No
Yeah,
lie.
yeah,
I
yeah,
literally was like, yeah, I could see myself moving just because of the body, but I'm happy
yeah.
with Nikon. But it definitely
Hmm.
felt like a solid camera. Even though it was mirrorless, it almost felt like, hey, this is a DSLR I have in my hand. That's how it felt to me.
And for
Safety
me,
net.
to me, the R6 and the R5 doesn't feel that much different. I was actually underwhelmed with the R5. It felt almost like a 6D, personally. It felt cheap for the price. But what I have found myself doing is I've moved a little bit more to video because of my clients,
Mm-hmm.
and that is where I would start having a preference. That's where I would say, right now, I love the Canon C70. Like, I would take that C70 over the Red. Plain talk.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the camera I was doing live streams on for the last, I think, the
Last year.
last 2 months of last year. Definitely it's a nice camera. It has all the outputs ready. At most you would have to move your XLR, mini XLRs up to big XLRs if you're using XLR. The variable, not the variable, the NDs are built in, which again for
Yeah,
video
that's
is
a big plus.
seriously underappreciated. Guys, you're shooting video on DSLRs or mirrorless, trust me, get a video camera. When you can afford it, definitely invest in one that has. Why are you calling me this hour? See you tomorrow. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's where I would start talking about preference.
The wife telling him to
Where
wrap it up.
actually no, somebody else here, customer.
Oh.
If you're going again with a specific job or a specific task in mind,
Mm-hmm.
buy the equipment for that. I'm always an advocate for that. I'm not an advocate for gas. As much as I love equipment, I would never stay
Hmm.
a customer in the way of buy that just because you could buy
Correct.
it or whatever.
What
Get
about
the
quick
equipment.
question though? What about
Sure.
the Black Magic? I know you have like maybe the 6K or whatnot. You still will jump to
Right.
the C70
Yes.
overall.
Yes.
Okay.
6K has a beautiful image. You put it in DaVinci and the LUTs on it just look cinematic out of the box. 6K, 6K Pro. We are the 6K Pro with the built-in NDs, but it still feels subpar in comparison to the C70. It still feels cheap. The shape is kind of obnoxious,
Yeah, I was
especially if you
found
have
that.
to rig it out. If you had to rig it out, it's like a football. It's like this thing here is like a loaf of bread,
Yeah.
and it has a nice big screen on the back, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel right.
Economics.
Yeah, the ergonomics isn't there. So I would quicker again jump back to the C70, that flip out screen. It's almost like a DSLR. It's not too deep, but at the same time, it's robust. I think that's one of the most robust bodies I have right now. Only thing more robust than that would probably be the Red, and that's because that thing is a blasted cube. Um, the Red, even for me, nice camera. The name alone carries something. The RAW, it's awesome. And then you have the fact that it could be rigged out. I think red goes hand in hand with rig and out. So if you want to shoot compact, definitely the Komodo is nice. We have that. But the problem is a lot of times when you're shooting video and you want to have a high quality image, it requires additional stuff. When I say additional stuff, I mean you want to have it set on a tripod, you want to have it run for very long if you're doing interviews and stuff. You want to be able to quickly peek. Sometimes you want to even have your LUTs embedded one time so you make sure that it's looking close to what you have in mind and these little things. So again, I would quicker jump back to the C70 because it could do a lot of the stuff the Red could do. It doesn't have RAW yet. It's supposed to get the firmware RAW light in March, not the full RAW like what the Red will have. But it's just an easier system to work with, in my opinion. And with the speed booster, you could even get a pretty close to full frame look and put your full frame glass, which is readily available, and it has autofocus. So the only thing I think could probably rival the C70 in terms of what I like would be the
FX3?
FX6. The FX3 is
6?
okay. Yeah, the 6.
Man, skip a whole one, yes?
Yeah, that FX3 is basically that E7S3 kind of mamagayan videographers to
Oh,
make them
shucks.
want it. Yeah, it's a nice camera, nice
Marketing.
mounting points. It has its virtues, but simple thing again for video, it's still working with shutter speed. Um, one what is 1/25th? We don't talk
Okay,
about we
okay.
talk about 24 frames and so on.
Shutter
So
angle.
again, shutter angle, correct. So I think again, the equipment based on the use tonight, I would have, if I had the space, set up a whole host of lights and do all kind of drama. But again, limited space, limited time, and we just want to look decent. I just throw some small softbox and lights and call a judge. As much as I have access to equipment, it is just the most convenient thing at the time, you know. What was the other questions you were asking? I think you were speaking
I
about
think
YouTube and
after
all
that
that.
we will just ask you about maybe one YouTube channel or even podcast that you might say might be your daily bread.
Yeah.
Weekly, I definitely tune into CCS every Thursday at
Eh,
8
eh,
p.m.
eh, eh, eh,
But
That was our
um,
paid advertisement, people.
That's
Wow.
what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Sponsored by.
sponsored. But on a serious note, I'll probably say just like Rani and to extent Owen, I really appreciate Patrick Bet David content, and it's because it's so relatable for me. It encourages you to think outside the box.
Well, I think what Connor was trying to say is that
Can you hear me
basically,
when I'm back, please? Testing one. I'm back.
We
We can
hearing
hear
you,
you.
just not
we're
saying it.
hearing you.
You could go ahead.
Time to
Yeah.
switch to digital, boy.
Sorry, I probably should invest in better internet and so.
Oh, jeez.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think what Conrad trying to say is that Patrick B. David basically pushes us to be better individuals. He's not pushing
Yeah,
anything other than trying to make you a better individual. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Definitely, I would like to give props to Patrick Bet David. Other content, the usual, the preview. I'm more into production now, so I would definitely give props to Gaffer and Gear. I don't think most persons would be familiar with his stuff, but again, it relates to what I'm trying to do and
let's get
the knowledge
undone.
that he imparts. No, I'm Tyler Gerald.
No.
Sorry.
I said I reference
I
Epic
love
Epic
Gerald.
like media.
But you're finally pushing an agenda of making you want to buy stuff that you don't
No,
necessarily need.
no, I'm weird enough. It's like I think he and I may be kind of on the same page in the sense that we tired of equipment. Um, I I kind of see it in his content where he just basically rats off the
Spec
specs
sheet.
now. Yeah, he not that he isn't giving valuable info. He's definitely doing that. He's doing analysis and whatnot. But you could tell personally, from my perspective, that Gerald Undone is kind of like, yeah, just do what the hell you want to do. I'm tired of this. He probably is yearning to do something more creative. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. But I like yeah, you brought up Epic Light Media. I appreciate the way that they bring across their knowledge. He has a really unique way, and definitely you get some value in there. He shows you from the smallest things all the way up to what a large production would involve. So I could definitely appreciate Epic Light Media. Who else I could probably like? I could go on all night because
Yeah, yeah, well,
this is what I do now. This is my life now.
Yeah.
What's this? Rafael Weaver is a beast at portrait and headshot
that's the
photography.
guy who basically specializes in 200 mil, and for
Oh,
almost all his portraits at 200. Tree light
wow.
setup, reflector, key, um, backlight.
Mm,
Yeah,
nice.
he's
Yeah,
consistent. Like when you see an image, like, hey, boy, that's Raphael. But
nice.
yeah, cinematic headshots. I think some people might call it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I know
What
that
is it?
guy.
Hmm.
Well, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
it for tonight? You had
yeah.
anything else you wanted to touch on?
I think we touched everything there. I guess maybe you could just share maybe one gear that you recommend our viewers to maybe look at getting in 2022. And
Ah, well,
yeah, what I would
Tough one.
recommend, I would start off with, I think every photographer needs a little tripod. And right now I'm have my camera on a table tripod,
tabletop.
tabletop tripod. And I think honestly after buying it, it's like you will find uses for it. Sometimes you might want to go on a little trip and you don't want to pack full size tripod in your bag. You might say you
Mm,
want to get a little time lapse, maybe a little video clip of something, but having at least a small tabletop travel tripod is definitely something that will come in handy.
nice. What about
Yeah,
you,
my
Bruce?
recommendation would always be something that people say too expensive. So yeah, what I
Okay.
would
Okay.
recommend, what I want for myself, I would recommend is like a 3-point lighting kit and the Amaran P60C.
See,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would recommend. You get in
definitely.
softbox,
Grid.
grid, RGB lighting.
Hmm.
More or less, you could do any interview set of one person, I would say, in any scenario. I do see how we could ever go wrong with it, especially in this day and age where everything is video centric.
Correct. And it
So
will be going forward.
yeah. So everything now is Instagram once was a portfolio, a photo portfolio. Now it's more video than YouTube. You understand?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah, moving
Definitely.
forward, video will be a part of your life. So lighting, of course, I would push lighting first,
Hmm.
always, and I guess I'm a proper mic to go with that. Yeah, the camera already, yeah, the lens already. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Nice. See on you?
Um, it's not a gear, but a person. I kind of want an administrator.
Yeah,
Um,
I concur.
I I would love that. I mean, I don't have that much work for that person, but when I do, I want to make sure that I actually have somebody that I could say, you know what, this is your job now. Take care of the back end for me in terms of like bookings, responding to emails, trying
Answering
to
phone.
yeah, and probably I would take care of the meeting side of it. Like I would meet with clients, but just let me know when is meetings, when is this, and when is that, that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't have that much work yet, but I
You'll be
want that.
surprised, guy, when you
Yeah,
start
I'm,
to
I'm, I'm
upload
I'm
it.
putting it out there. It's not a gay, but it's a person. I want that. I want to have so much work that I could hire a person like that to do that for me. That's me. That's my goal right now.
I
We will
mean,
drop the links. Well,
adding to
somebody wants to ask
what's
in any group about dropping links, and I just want to say we'll drop all links
okay.
after, so you all won't miss out anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So adding to what Sian said, I remember like in my whole photography life, the most productive 6 months I ever had was
Yeah,
when I
boy.
had someone dealing my administrative stuff. Imagine I am on a shoot assisting another photographer, and boom, my phone ring. Yay, Brucey, da 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 da. What to put in the invoice? Yada 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 yada. I was like, hey. So while I out making money, you making trying to organize to make more money for me. Trust me, it is the best thing I mean, next to a CRM, having, I mean, no one take offense to this, but that's how I talk. Having a manservant deal with those things, yeah, it doesn't get any better. I'm
No,
trying
but
to
seriously, you get the CRM and then you give them the password to the CRM and let them handle that from there.
Yeah, I just want to shoot.
It have virtual assistants that you could hire and they would take care of that for you. But I don't know. I ain't reached that level of work yet, but that's where I want to go. Definitely.
All right. And Conrad, to close us off, what you say? At least one gear you think
Uh,
persons might look at trying to
I,
acquire for
I,
this year.
Goodness.
I want to ride on what Sion said in the sense that it's a little abstract, not necessarily a piece of equipment. I would recommend for persons to get a space. And a space doesn't have to be a full commercial outlay or anything like that. Set aside a space in your home, anywhere you have possible. If you could afford to rent or purchase somewhere separate or build up separate, definitely try and get a space because, as Owen alluded to, we are now delving more into video. And a simple thing like what we are doing here tonight would not be possible without a space. It would
Or
come
carving
over
out a space.
tacky
Carving out a
or carving out
space.
a space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you don't necessarily have to buy or rent or build up an entire space, but have a space where you could create in. As we go further into 2022, we're going to see video become more emphasized on social media. If you are trying to put yourself out there, you're going to have to create. That would require, I mean, I can't show my space right now. It's a bit messy, but the idea is that I still have a space in which to create stuff. Even if it's when you going out, you could have your stuff well laid out and prepped. And yeah, again, a space I think is essential to persons having that creative mind and being in that space. All right. Anything else you want to cover tonight, guys? Or
I just want to
No,
thank
that was
everybody for tuning in to
yeah,
episode number 2 for 2022. And
yeah.
guys, remember, same time every Thursday night, 8 o'clock on the dot. You see any Creative Live crew.
Creative
All right.
live crew.
Just kidding. You see the Gash crew. Just making sure people paying attention.
Oh, well, let me do one thing.
Nice
Children,
save,
we're
nice
not
save.
anti-Fuji.
Nice save.
Let me just make sure until you mentioned no Fuji love earlier. We like Fuji, we just like the really, really expensive Fuji.
Medium
GFX or
format.
nothing. Medium format or nothing.
Yeah, that's
Just put that
retirement
out
there.
We retirement. 2022, 2023.
I know this guy said that he was just asking if shuttleless is the future. Maybe.
Shuttleless.
Hmm.
That would be a global shuttle kind of thing.
I would suppose.
Well, you know the Z9 is no actual physical shutter. There's
I
no
think
mechanical shutter. I mean,
The
So,
Z9 what? You think you need to say Nikon Z9? Put some
Oh,
respect
wow.
on it. But
Okay,
yeah.
Man, you just got somebody whole life. Whole life. You should have
I mean,
leave
it was just a
My
question
fault.
that somebody asked. If
Yeah.
the mechanical
That's a good
shutter is
question.
going out if it's going out the door. I think so. I mean, it was like
Yeah.
the same thing that autofocus is doing nothing. So definitely people will start. It will be one less component that could, because a shutter is a moving component, and removing
Still,
that could actually eliminate something that could break in your camera. So yeah, I would say so. If we can make it work, yeah, definitely.
it would mean
Mhm.
faster processing too. Definitely, it would require faster processing. So
Something
that
like
would-
that, definitely.
And yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, hope that answers. Hope that answers your question.
All right.
Yeah. As we exit again, I'll put my foot in my mouth. Sean said these talks seem short, boy. We're trying to respect people's time.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
trying.
yeah. People have short attention spans, so you
Yeah,
want
We could
everybody,
nobody.
we're
put
just
it
trying to
out there.
respect
We could
people's
ask
time.
persons what it.
Yeah,
what
we
they
could have a
think- what they
poll.
think the time's good.
1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Yeah.
No, you get carried away.
So basically, guys, in the comment section, if you guys want the show remain at 1 hour, drop a 1. If you want it at 2 hours, drop a 2.
No.
So,
Let
yeah.
me go in spaces, right? 1.5, 2 hours. And if you have any idea as to what type of content you'd like to see us cover, let us
True.
know, please. if you have any equipment that you would probably like to share, anything that you think we should probably focus on more or have
Or
other
cover.
persons consider, yeah,
Correct. And
welcome and drop it in the group.
if you
Please.
feel like the life not hitting where you want to be, yeah, just let us know. You understand? We here to improve and give you all the best content possible. So
No. Fireball earlier. This is why we're doing.
Yeah.
This.
And if you want to share your what's in your bag content, feel free to share. We're interested in what you guys carried on around as well. Who don't like to look into somebody camera bag? Come on, man. How many hours
Yeah.
of the stuff we're looking at? On
Probably, yeah. Every year.
So
Every year
thing
you're
now,
seeing a
man.
new video
Share
with us.
thing now, man. Except Phil, I don't want to see about it. So it's quite alright.
All right. So far the votes seem to be saying an hour and a half. But so guys, we are at the hour and 20 minutes. We have about 23 views watching right now. So we thank everybody who came out.
Yeah,
And
man.
have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Until next week.
Agreed.
Yeah, man.
Have a good night,
Peace.
guys.